Hello friends, welcome to my channel and thanks for watching this video. So another Friday is over and we have to prepare ourselves for the upcoming week. So welcome to another session for the series of USA Weekly Market Report. And first and foremost, inflation has surged. As you can see, it is on the headline, but you can't see it on the stock market. Probably the stock market has factored in all the numbers, and all the three major indices are closed in green. So, does it mean that for the time being, the stock market has already digest all these numbers as far as inflation is concerned? And the good thing is, as you can see, the VIX closed down very sharply. So there is a 13% cut as far as VIX is concerned. So this is huge. This is very big if the VIX closed down by more than 13%. So if it falls by more than 13%, so this is a very big number. Now, before looking into any of the other things, let's see if there is any news uh, which is important for us and which will help us to analyze the upcoming week. So let me now. There is one Fed is expected to speed up end of bond buying and signal rate hikes are coming. Now, this is the kind of marketing you know nowadays happening. I won't say if he are doing or she is doing or that institution, this institution, but this is just a gimmick because market has to prepare itself, and this is a new kind of phenomenon that we are preparing the market for this kind of move, and finally when we have this end up of bond buying, so these kind of big headlines, there is nothing called end up of bond buying because end of bond buying is not happening. So they are just slowing down the pace and talking about interest rate. So interest rate will only come if the bond purchase completely stops. So by that time you will probably end up with 2 more years, and after 2 years, who knows that the inflation will falls down quite dramatically and they will end up with another QE. So we don't know this situation. So the important thing is the Federal Reserve holds its two-day meeting on December 14th and 15th, and the central bank is expected to discuss the speeding up of its bond buying program. So it's just a taper, not the end. I mean, this word means a lot when you're talking about financial things. And in the second point, if the Fed decides to taper its bond purchase more quickly, it could also begin to raise interest rate faster. Investor will be closely watching for the Fed's new interest rates forecast. Now, in the first paragraph, you are talking about ending the bond buying program. In the second paragraph, you yourself is talking about the Fed decides to taper the bond purchase. So these two are completely different thing, right? Now, apart from that, so news from new variant. So boosters give 70 to 75% protection against the mild disease. Okay, from the new variant. So this is also important, which one should take a note of. And yeah, this one looks exciting. Let me tell you why. But before that, you have one more news that Elon Musk sells $960 million of worth of shares of Tesla stock. So another uh, selling figure from the CEO itself. So let's go and check out the Evergrande. So last Thursday, the Fitch Ratings said Evergrande has not confirmed the payment of its latest debt obligation, triggering a default. S&P Ratings did not have a statement as of Friday afternoon and referred CNBC to its report Tuesday. They said default looks inevitable for Evergrande. Moody's, another rating agency, did not respond to a request for comment. and we should have been calling this a technical default for a long time already, but nobody dared. And so let's see. We will definitely look at the chart of Evergrande, and we will see, because there is a big fall that has happened after a mild rise as far as the stock trend is concerned. Now, why this one is important? Because see, because of climate concerns, China becomes the net importer of commodities rather than the exporter of commodities. Now, they are using the switch on, switch off mode, which you can't do. Okay, as a country, as a nation, you can't just simply close down everything, and now we are at the foot of other countries or other people who are producing those things, right? You can't do that. Now you choose the harsh way. Now you become the importer of commodities, net importer of commodities. What it means is, if the prices goes up, you will definitely have an impact of that prices on your country's budget. Now, because China is the largest consumer of commodities, overall commodities, it does not suit China to have a very high commodity price. So obviously, this default could trigger a sell-off in a big sell-off has already happened, but a slowdown in the commodity prices. Let's see whether it will happen or not, but indications are there. If it happens, then it would be the natural scenario. And if the demand is very high enough to maintain the price, then we have to see. So this default means a lot as of now. So I think this is most of it. Now, I think this is most of it. Understand this inflation thing which people are talking about. Now, if this inflation comes along with the growth, market will focus on growth. If this inflation comes without the growth, market will focus on inflation, or you rather say stagflation. So there is a difference. There is a thin difference between what you call as a inflation and whether you can call it as a growth, right? So you have to understand those things. Now, talking about the market as well as what's working and what's not working, as you can see, all the three major indices closed in green. Then we have gold is also up. You have oil up by $1. Then you have 10-year yield, which has fallen. You have VIX, which has fallen a lot, and that's giving us a good sign. VIX fallen by more than 13% is actually very good. So market now have the data to forecast, because understand this. December is the month when we have the peak activity, because this is the season, and you'll have buying, you will have traveling, you'll have everything. So from next one onwards, things will go down. So how they are going to adjust the prices is the question, apart from this winter season, obviously. So this is going to be very interesting. And natural gas has fallen a lot from nearly $7 to 3.88. That's fine. You have downside moves on yields. The dollar index looks down for the time being, but it is holding strong. So let's start analyzing all the important things. First of all, the most important is the VIX. Now, VIX is indeed giving some very good signals. So CBOE, this is the CBOE VIX, and as you can see, a severe fall has happened, and now it is again moving downside. So what we have here are, let me show you the levels. Now with this move, we can I mean, if you're looking at the long term chart, this is a monthly chart. So with this move, the next two big support we have here are 10.26 and 9.4, but this is the lowest end of the range. For the time being, it has taken support near here we are 14. So 14 will now become your next resort for support, and if it falls down, then obviously you have 9.4 and 10.6, right? So this is what we have here as far as the long-term CVOE VIX is concerned. So there we have here. So yep, 18.69. So this is fine. Okay, so the VIX has fallen down quite drastically over here, and this will confirm. And let's before talking about the indices, let's talk about the dollar index. And I think in my previous session, in my yesterday when I was live, I specifically talked about the dollar index, and I have said if it looks like if it does not hold, then we are here for the next move, and it is towards 94. So this is the situation which we have here as far as the dollar index is concerned, which means good days are here for the big indices, whether you're talking about NASDAQ or Dow Jones. So as you can see, this is the chart of NASDAQ, and NASDAQ actually fallen down in yesterday's trading session, right? So but it is sustaining above 15,450. So if this is the scenario, the next swing will lead us towards or in between 16,400 and 16,800. So this is what we are looking or considering at as far as the trend or range is concerned, right? Talking about the Dow Jones, the trend of the Dow Jones is intact, and it is on its way towards 36,500. So this is what we are looking at. And if you are looking at the swing, so let's go and check out the swing. What's the swing is saying about the trend? So the extension of that swing will push Dow Jones towards 36,900 itself, right? So this is what we have. Apart from that, let's see what the crude is saying. So WTI crude future, and it has indeed started moving higher. So there is already a $10 worth of move that has happened. As you can see, 9.38. So the high was $10.8 worth of move has already happened. So this is a very big move, but for the time being, if you are looking at the overall swing, it looks something like this, right? It looks something like this. So this is the time when you have to decide that whether it is ready for a big move or not, because 65 is the big support, and if it started moving below 65, be ready for a big crash. Else, we are headed for 90 or 93 dollars on the upside as far as crude WTI futures. Now there is one thing that you need to understand. So if you're looking at the trend, and what you can see over here, so first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, and this is the fifth wave. So an upside probably ended over here. Now this is the downside move, but I have to correct myself if things gone wrong. This is the first wave, second wave, and this will be the, so here will be a third wave. So that's what I am thinking right now, but I have to say whether I'm right or not, or whether it will crush all the expectation and crude again started moving strongly on the upside for a big swing towards 90 or $93. That we have to see, right? So this is one more thing. Talking about gold. Gold is also sustaining. So this is the chart of gold future. So gold future is holding its support quite comfortably, I would say. So if you're looking at the gold future chart, what we have here as of now, beg your pardon. So this is the chart of gold future, and you can see overall this is a range in between which the stock is trading. So yeah, this is what we have here as far as trend or range is concerned. Now as far as the levels are concerned, we have 1763 and we have 1740 on the downside, and on the upside we have 1875. So this is what we are looking at, or rather you use this range in between 1866 and 1875. Now one important chart that I have set is Evergrande. So let's see we have that company or not. Yeah, yes. So this is Evergrande. This is Evergrande Properties listed in China, and this is the daily chart. This is not the monthly chart. So what we have seen, beg your pardon, this is listed in Hong Kong, this chart. Okay, and what you can see over here is how the chart makes a very smooth downtrend, and it has indeed made some up move over here, but it does not sustain and it's again started falling down. And let's see the Chinese listed. So China Evergrande, yeah, we are. So you can see how big the fall could probably be, and technically let me tell you this one, the ticker is 3333. It is also listed in Hong Kong. So if you are looking at the ticker we have here, so the recent breakout happened now, and this is a big breakout that has, beg your pardon, this is a big breakdown that has happened. So below 1.87 it is all hell broke loose, because this was your big support in 2010, and beyond below 2010 low of 1.87 we can't say where it's going to stop. So probably they are looking for a delisting or something. So this is a confirmation that there will be an indication of slowdown in real estate as far as the biggest consumer of commodities are concerned, which will definitely put a break as far as the rise of commodity prices in the international market, or the very fast rise. So that's the thing you need to understand over here. Now, for the time being, what looks good is the equity market, and probably equity market will have its mojo back, where the dollar looks weak, the VIX started falling by a lot, and inflation fear does not make any big move. Apart from that, Fed are talking about inflation, and all those things are important, but they're talking about bond purchase and interest rate. Interest rate hike is a different scenario. Until and unless the Fed surprises the stock market with interest rate, or a faster interest rate, which we can see on the press releases of various news outlets, that will be a different scenario. For that, market is not ready, but for the rest, probably we have enough so that market can hold on to the gains we have here. So looking ahead for a good trading week, or next upcoming trading week will be very good as far as the trend is concerned, or probably we are heading into a Santa Claus rally. So this is the end of the video. If you like this content, do share your thoughts in the comment section and subscribe my channel. Lastly, take care of your family and friends.